Hey everybody, GReimer here, coming at you once again from Cerro Gordo Zoo, doing a little bit more work here on the zoo, playing a little ZAWA for your eyeballs and ear holes to enjoy. All right, last week, let's just dive right into it because it's been kind of a busy week, not gonna lie. The kids, oh man, like having Lucas home now, that it's been a little busy. He's actually doing all right. The leg spike. The other two, unfortunately, came down with a little cold, so I've been kind of tending to them while Hellcat takes care of Lucas, and it's been a busy week. But I'm here playing some ZAWA because this is how I unwind. All right, so last week though we worked on the building behind us right there. See that nice little diagonal building? There's a lot of things to touch up on that. One, I think the front of it kind of looks like King DDD, so we want to change that up so it doesn't look that way. And plus, I got an idea for something inside. Okay, so in here, we built this last week with the staircase coming up here like this. And then I'm talking about putting a tower on that other side, in the back side of it right there. After brainstorming a little bit after recording the last episode, wouldn't it be cool if the tower actually came out of the lake right here and the catwalk went over the walkway that you go underneath right here? I think it would be a little bit more dynamic. Which, it sounds cool and all, but... And I guess I still could just leave the staircase right here and then have it go right there, but that leaves a little dead space here. I guess I was going to move, when I started recording, I was going to move this over here. But to be honest, I think I could probably get away with leaving it right here and then maybe put a little table and chairs kind of thing here just to kind of rest and relax. Yeah, I could probably do that. That actually might work out a little bit better. Have to probably put a guardrail there so that little children don't eat themselves off the edge of this here. But we also have this exhibit down here that we can work on today. I wouldn't mind adding that in there. However, I don't know which animals I'm going to put in here. Do I put the waterfowl? I mean, that would probably make sense. I usually don't have too many of them. Or do I put the jungle birds, or do I put probably not the birds of prey. It's not a very big exhibit. I'm thinking I'm gonna put those in the tower. Let's go look and see what animals I actually have, and we'll figure that out. Okay, after a lot of sorting there, I finally have these separated up into what I think they are. Now help me out here, people. Albatross. This is the one that I think I screwed up last season too. Are these waterfowl or are they birds of prey? Let me know in the comments section down below. Right now I have them under the waterfowl area, but I might be wrong about that. I believe frigates are waterfowl also. I think so. This bottom row would be the waterfowl ones that I have. This top row is a birds of prey one that I have. I got some bald eagles, some condors. I think those are mainly scavengers, but we're throwing them in there anyway. Harpy eagles, and that's about all I got, actually. I haven't found too many of them. I should probably go animal hunting here, maybe even in this episode. But then the jungle birds, or whatever, the seed-eating birds and stuff, and the fruit-eating birds, these are all right here. We got some toucans, we got some cockatoos, we got some... That's all we got, man. Those are the only two that I found. I have not found many birds. I really should go animal hunting. It's kind of bugging me, but judging from the size of the exhibit, and I'm thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these guys in there, the cockatoos and the toucans. Wow, can't speak. Not all of them, obviously, because that's going to be a very small exhibit for, what is this, 8 birds packed in there, but maybe 1 or 2 of each in there. So if you guys could get your naming caps on and start thinking right now, I'm going to need at least 1 or 2 names for both a cockatoo and a toucan. Yeah. Let's put those in there. Let's go with that. We're gonna design like a little bit of like a jungle-esque looking area in there, and I think that'll look really good. Okay, so I don't really want to overdo the vegetation in this because I want to have I want to give the birds enough room to actually move around in here, but we definitely need to replace the floor because that just ain't gonna work. The stone, not gonna be good. Let's pop all this out here. We'll replace it first with grass, and then we'll go from there. Now, I must admit, just a bland, flat ground area of grass is pretty boring, so we're definitely going to want to switch this up a little bit. I'm thinking, let's get the backpack out here for a second. I need you desperately. There it is, some green concrete. This probably will be enough for this exhibit because it's not a very large exhibit. And maybe a little touch of podzol. Throw a little coarse dirt in there. Not much, actually. Maybe even a dash of what I use as mud. I don't really think there's anything else I'm going to need too bad here. I do want to add just a little, the smallest hint of like depth to this a little bit, so that it's not just a flat exhibit in here. So I do want to drop that down just a hair, maybe something like that. Yeah, just like a little bit of a drop in here. Let's go ahead and remove all this. I'm probably gonna pick up a bunch of worms doing this because I always do whenever I dig up dirt. Nope, the one time I pointed out, I don't. How about that? And let's replace that with the grass for right now. Now, I'm not going to be putting water in here because I don't really know if the birds are going to drown themselves. But what I do want to do is I want to sprinkle in some of these other blocks that we just pulled out there into this. Probably a little light on the mud. I don't really want to do that. And podzol. I want to keep it mainly just green. So let's go ahead and replace a lot of this with like the green concrete powder. Kind of mix it up a little bit just to give it a little extra color. You know, same texture, just a little extra color. There we go. All right, now let's bring in the podzol. Don't want to over... Actually, let's not bring in the podzol. That sounds like a pretty cool band name, too. Bring in the podzol. But let's bring in the coarse dirt, rather, and kind of sprinkle that in here just to give it kind of like a... it's sort of like a forest ground feel is what I kind of do this for. But this is going to be a jungle more like environment, so I don't really want to overdo it by any means. But I do want to sprinkle it in a fair amount. Maybe one. Oops, not that. I didn't want to break two of them. The efficiency on the shovel is getting the best of me. Maybe something like that. Yeah, I think that's enough podzol or coarse dirt. Let's just sprinkle in a dot or two of podzol here or there. Man, I'm double clicking like crazy. Just the occasional bit of it here or there. I don't really want to overdo this because this kind of makes it look like either bog or dirty or whatever, and I'm not really about that. I'm not really trying to get that feel. But it does need like one more. Here, right in the corner. Let's put it right there in the corner. Bam, just like that. Yeah, all right. I'm trying to look at this from two different viewing areas, too. So there's this one right here, and then there's the one outside where people are going to be able to see from the boardwalk. That's out here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that looks good. That looks good. Now, as far as adding in, like, mud, I don't really want to add that in a lot in places, but what I do want to do is... I want to put a little bit of water in here, but I want to do it in a way that's not going to kill the birds. So let's take those two out right there, and let's put a little block of mud right there, and maybe another bit of coarse dirt right there, and then let's get my pickaxe out here, knock that out. Oh, there's water underneath there. How about that? Maybe put another piece of mud there. And what we're going to do, I have a jar of dirt.
And guess what's inside it?
Let's put the dirt down right here and pick that up because I don't really need that. I need water is what I need. Let's pick that up right there. And we're going to put that right there. All right, so there is one block of water. And to keep the birds from jumping in there and killing themselves, what we'll do is we'll put a lily pad with a flower on it. All right, that makes it look like it's a very lively area still. And that way they'll not fall in here. And it does add just a little bit of water in the exhibit already so that, you know, if they need a drink, it's there. I mean, I know they can't actually access it because of the lily pad because Minecraft physics be Minecraft physics. But it's the concept. I put some water in the exhibit for them. They have little beaks. They can get in there on the side. Except for the toucans. They're probably going to have to move the lily pad. They'll figure it out. All right, so... And plus, I'm not going to be putting any vegetation right here in front of this window, obviously, so I can put the water there safely without it blocking the view of anybody. So, speaking of vegetation, because I'm thinking that's pretty good, aside from maybe adding a path block here or there. Now, the path blocks don't really need to be in here too much. Like, they can be very sporadic, because you're talking about when birds land on the ground. Otherwise, they'd be primarily up in the sky. So, yeah, it's not going to make much sense to have many path blocks. The ground's not going to be as trampled in here as other exhibits. I'll add them after the fact, I think is what I'll do, after I get the vegetation put in there. So speaking of, let's organize my inventory just a wee bit here, and then we're going to get to sprinkling in a little bit of vegetation in this place. Okay, as far as vegetation goes, now there is not enough room in here to put like a tree of some kind, so we're just going to have to decorate up the sides of it a little bit, as well as maybe, where's the squid backpack? Squid backpack, I need you desperately in my life. Let's see, is there like some fence posts or something we can stick off the sides here for them to land on? I wish there was like a stick. I wish there was like a stick I could just stick on the side of the wall. I don't think there is though. So we're gonna have to just kind of improvise and make it with fence posts maybe. Yeah, probably fence posts. Let's just take some good old oak fences and stick that on here. I want to give them something to perch on so that it's not like, let's like do something like that, you know? So it's not just, leaves on the ground, you know. I want to actually give them something to actually maybe land on, and that should probably be good enough. I don't really know of anything else in the ZAWA mod pack that works for that, but we'll stick with that for right now. But then it's on to the vegetation. Now, some of this is going to be on the ground, Some of this is going to be hanging off the ceiling. I think would look pretty cool. We got these sacred oak leaves that I picked up a while back, as well as these jungle leaves I'm going to sprinkle in together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create kind of like some vines, some vine-looking areas in places like that. It's kind of drooping down in places here or there. And then maybe even sprinkle in some oak leaves in there as well. I want to keep things very green in here, though, so I don't really want to take away from that. Because this is supposed to be more like a forest vegetation area, so I want to keep it very green. Now, that looks not terrible. That looks pretty good. Ooh, what doesn't look good is that the sun's setting, and creepers be creeping. I gotta take a nap. Now, lighting is gonna be a thing, isn't it? Like, these torches just sitting here on the wall. Open flames inside of a bird exhibit I don't think is a good idea, so we'll probably have to put some hidden lighting, probably underneath some bushes or something in here to light this place up, so that it doesn't turn into a cockatoo slash toucan slash creeper exhibit in here. And I'm thinking right here, actually, let's pop this out right here. Right here would be a good spot to put some leaf bundle. And maybe we'll even sprinkle one in right there. That could be a spot for a light. Now, I believe I have, yeah, glowstone on me right there. Look at that. Look at me in my memory. I remembered that I actually had that in there. I'm getting better. But let's go ahead and sprinkle some leaves down there on the bottom, and that should light up that corner pretty good. We're going to have to hide another one somewhere over here, which, I mean, I guess I can do right here if I just do a little something like this. Now, I said I wasn't going to put vegetation in front of this wall, but I'm going to put a little bit of vegetation in front of this wall. It's not going to ruin anything. You're going to still be able to see it. It's supposed to look densely filled in with a lot of vegetation anyway, so that kind of works. I guess this will pop out, and we'll put down a glowstone piece here as well. Let's grab another one, and that should light this place up pretty good. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, that should work. We do have this piece of green concrete powder, which I could have. I can't put it there because the water's there. I'll turn it into green concrete. I guess I don't need to use it. We'll just stuff it back into the bat backpack. So that adds the lighting there. Let's take all the torches out of here and let's see. I probably need to throw one somewhere in the middle too. Probably right here because you're not going to be able to see it very well from either side. So I think that'd probably be a smart thing to do. Let's just do that. And grab another piece of glowstone. And plop it down right there. And fill that in with leaves. Alright, that should, I'm thinking we'll light this place up enough so that things won't spawn. If anything, something might pop in back there. And if that be the case, I'll hop in there and fix it. Alright, so that's coming together pretty good. What I wouldn't mind doing is adding a little bit of vegetation here in the foreground of this side right here. So, like, right up on top here is a lot of space, and this is the main viewing area. However, underneath the stairs here is a little bit of a denser area, and it's not as big of a viewing area. So I wouldn't mind having, like, something kind of, like, drooping down right here. You know, just, like, a little bit. Yeah, alright, I kind of like it. It gives it a very cluttered look, which is what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look very vegetated, very overpopulated with vegetation. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I'm liking that. Now, I don't think I need any more leaf blocks in here. It's already getting kind of crunched in here for what it is, so I don't really want to overdo it anymore because it's not going to give the birds any room to fly around at all. And so let's just call our quits there with the leaf blocks, and maybe we'll switch on over to the plants backpack. What do we got in here? I'm not going to have any water to really put down any reeds. However, I could put down like maybe a cattail next to this thing here. I can't put it diagonal. I could put it right there. I can't remember if those grow or not, though. That might get in the way. Hold on, let's scrap that idea completely. Here's Jin's tongue, which I think I picked up when I was in the jungle. So let's plant that someplace. I don't know, is this like a poisonous plant? Is this going to kill my birds? I don't think so. All right, what else we got in here? I picked up a lot of things from the jungle that I can absolutely squeeze in here now that I wouldn't normally be able to. So I don't want to overdo it, though. I want to save some of this, though, because I do have some animals that belong in the jungle, too. Like the jaguar and whatnot, that I wouldn't mind sprinkling some of this in there, too. So I don't want to overdo it. But I do have some plants that can go in here that were from the jungle. Let's squeeze one of these things in here, too. Yeah, right back there. Perfect. Okay, and then I want to throw a berry bush or two in here, too. Simply because the birds eat them. So let's put this right back in. Let's put it tucked back in the corner there. And now, is that all I want to do, really? I mean, normally I would throw vines in here and everything else, but I don't want the birds climbing up on the vines because I think it's going to look weird if they're just bouncing on the ceiling. I think that's about it. I think that's about it. Let's open this up real quick here and see if there's anything else that I want to sprinkle in here. Eucalyptus? I could find a home for eucalyptus. Perfect. Maybe a little bit of bamboo in places too. I think those do grow though. Hold on, I think these grow. These are the biomes of plenty bamboo, and I'm pretty sure they grow. So can we tuck them in the back? Oh, they can't really be placed in that. Let's take this out and let's swap it with this one right here. And so we'll put that there, and then we'll put this there, and then we'll put the bamboo on it. I'm pretty sure those grow, so let me grab like a piece of string or something like that, and we'll put one string right here and one right there, and that way hopefully they don't, this one over here will grow up one, and then the other one won't grow at all, and then that'll be it. That's all you're going to be able to see from there. Because I don't want them to fill up both those perfectly, because that'll look too symmetrical kind of, and it'll look weird. I don't really like that. So we're going to skip out on that. I'm thinking that's about it. We just need to get some bone meal, and we also need to add in the couple of path blocks here or there as well. So let's go ahead and mat down just a little bit of this, not a whole lot of it. In fact, that might be good enough right there. Okay, let's go ahead and bone meal up some of this stuff here. I do want to keep a fair amount open, actually. Flowers are fine. Flowers are good. I gotta learn to get over this. I do want to keep some of the grass exposed, I suppose. So some of the stuff I can actually probably knock out. Let's just let's do this one so that people have a clean line of sight in here. That might be it. I think that might be it. I could actually sprinkle a little bit back here too. Let's do that. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's our tropical birds exhibit right there. We only have 2 different types of birds right now, and like I said, I'm thinking about putting 2, maybe not 2 of each. That's still gonna be pretty clustered. Yeah, clustered. Yeah, that'll be clustered in here with too many birds. So possibly 1 of each, actually. That'll put that in there. And then if I find another type of tropical bird, I can always add them into it. Because if I put 2 of each in there, there's 4 birds in there already. That's already getting pretty condensed. So, but if I put 1 of each and then find birds later, I can always add them. So, all right, yeah, I think 1 of each. 1 cockatoo and 1 toucan are going to go in here. So get your thinky caps on, people. I need some names. Okay, with that out of the way, though, I kind of want to fix up this right here, this King DDD face that we have on top of here, because this just isn't jiving with me, yo. I gotta put some stuff away here, but I need to get my axe for sure, because this thing right here needs to get brought down for sure. This rectangular opening is not good. Now, this was just a placeholder anyway for like the wall, so it served its purpose, but this needs to be prettied up significantly more than what it is. And I think one way that we can do that is by bringing this wall forward and lining the trim that we already have here, at least getting that shape down, because then we can put any kind of window design in there that we want. Hold on, something's already wrong here. I've already screwed things up. This needs to be brought back. Yeah, okay, see, that's something's not the same. Oh, right there, that's not the same right there. Actually, that's fine, because I'm probably gonna do that on that side too. This is already 10 times better, because it doesn't look like DDD anymore. So I'm going to probably come up with kind of a design of some kind up here for the windows. Maybe put a center support in. I'm not too sure. I'll come up with something. Here it is. Behold. What do you guys think? Huh? I mean, it kind of works. Big open windows. I mean, it sort of looks like a Shy Guy now, doesn't it? I don't know why it always ends up looking like a video game character, but I think that's all right for what I need it to be. Yeah, I think that works for what it needs to be. How does it look on the inside? I didn't even bother to look at that. Yeah, it looks all right. I think it looks okay. Up top here is where people are going to be sitting and enjoying their coffee or whatever too. So yeah, that looks fine. Big open windows so you can see the landscape, especially the nice big waterfall over there and stuff. I think that works out pretty good. Now the sides of this need a little bit of TLC as well, but at least we got something designed for the front, and probably going to be the same here on the back. In fact, yeah, it is. Let me fix that up real quick. There we go. That way the people have this wonderful view of the Enderman hole that I forgot to patch up. The side of the mountain. It's not a very good view on this way, but that way it looks great. In fact, all right, so I got to kind of plot out here, because if I'm going to have the tower come out this way rather than into the mountain, but rather out into the lake, I'm going to have to kind of come up with an entranceway for it right here. So it is going to be very much right here, too. I don't really want to sugarcoat it. It's got to go right here. So let's just kind of mark out kind of a basic opening right there. That way I can finish the rest of this wall here. Now, I do kind of like the idea of leaving this open. It's not going to look very good, though, like as far as building-wise, especially from the outside. But leaving this open means you can see the zoo. And that's kind of the cool part about this, isn't it? I mean, when you're up here, look at that. You got a really good view for the place. It's like a panoramic picture right there, actually. But I just don't think it's going to look very good from, like, everywhere else. You know, like, if I go out here, it's going to be like a giant hole in the side of the building. Unless I jazz it up. Hold on. Unless I jazz it up. What if we kept it open? Hold on, man. I gotta think about this, because what if we kept it open? Let's remove this too, and we put like fencing up so that it kind of looked like open, almost like a tiki bar kind of setup. Although that doesn't make much sense for there to be one right here. But what if we kept it open, and let's line the top part of this with these planks here, and that way it'll give us something to put the actually, hold on, this one can be removed. It'll give us something to put the fences against. And then what we'll do is we'll sprinkle these in places like so. And then maybe we'll fill up the sides of this. Yeah, all right, this might look bad, but let's see what it looks like before I rule it out. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It does need a little something to make it work, though. Like, these corner things here need to be kind of filled in. I think, like, they're just not looking quite right when you see them above or on the side of the building. So let's just fill these things in real quick and see if that makes it any better or worse or what. Let's fly over here. It's not bad, actually. I might keep it. Hold on. Let's just look. Let's just get inside here again and look. So when you're up here and you're hanging out at the chairs or whatever they still got to put in here, and you look over there, yeah, it's not bad. It definitely opens up the zoo. This looks a little weird. This looks a little weird. Not gonna lie. Let's go ahead and grab the wood backpack. Let's shoot off a rocket in celebration, and then we'll grab some fir wood. And maybe we'll put a support right there. Yeah, I think that works out pretty good. And then we just gotta kind of fix up what's going on up on top here, and that should be pretty good. But first we gotta take a nap. Yeah, okay, frame that out a little bit. Obviously that looks strange right there because the roof is not touching those supports. So we're gonna just grab a couple little bits of this, and we need some kind of block. Let's get up here and bloop, bloop, plop those in there. That should at least make touch the ceiling. Actually, what we should do, let's grab a couple more of those blocks. Let's grab a few more. What we should do is we should try to blend this in so it looks not as bad. Because it does look a little weird right now. That also looks weird right there too. Let's bring that down completely. Ooh, that whole top part looks weird. Ooh, did I do that on the other side? I did. Ooh, that looks ugly. Hold on, I gotta fix this part. Okay, that looks better. Okay, now the roof doesn't seem like it's disconnected from the rest of the place here. However, we do need to still do probably something similar to that over on this side as well. But this side can have a little extra something. Since this has the walkway leading to where the rest, another one of the aviary exhibits is going to be, this one right here can probably have something similar. At least maybe we'll actually put like, and this might be something on mirror on the other side too. Let's put the chisel back because I don't need that in my inventory anymore. Let's actually have the support for this kind of drop straight down. Like so. Might actually mirror that on the outside here too. No, maybe not. Let's have that drop straight down, and then, cause like I said, if I do that on that side, it's gonna look kind of weird because it's gonna be right there. But I think on one side should look fine. Asymmetry is your friend, people. Embrace it. Then we're gonna continue this pattern that we did on the other side, but we're gonna bring it forward this way. If we don't screw it up here, let's pick up the mistakes there. And then what we'll do is we'll work on probably the little area where people are going to be dining or whatever. Not really dining. I keep saying that like it's a restaurant, but a rest area up here. A little place with like a couple of seats and a table, and maybe like a little display case of something fun. I could actually probably, because I don't need people you know, I guess there's no real problem of continuing that design over here. I was gonna put like an actual wall here instead, but I'm not sure. Yeah, hold on, let me think about this for a second. I guess something kind of like that. I know that doesn't look too good now, but what I'm going to do is I got to add this railing in here still, too. So I did add a little extra window over there because I didn't want to make it just a flat wall. That kind of looks bad. And working on a diagonal is always difficult to make the windows look right. So when you get up close, it looks really bad. You have to take a big step back to kind of look at it. And I can't really take a big step back inside here, but you know what I mean. If you guys build on diagonals, you know what I mean. They're difficult to do. Where is the squid backpack? I need you desperately in my life. Let's take out some of these steel bars right here, and actually let's line this thing with those, and that will be the railing to keep people from falling off the edge. I don't really have one from falling off the edge here, but hopefully they don't fall off there. Kids, watch your step when you're walking down the stairs. This place is slowly coming together. Do we have any benches in here? I don't think we have any benches. Have I run out of benches? How foolish of me. I want to put down some benches in here, but I also need to jazz up the floor and everything down here too, because this is just smooth stone, and I don't mind it being a stone floor. Actually, I think that would look pretty good. I just don't want it to be a smooth stone floor. I want to actually add a little bit of texture and design to this, even if it's just subtle. Like, it can be mainly smooth, it just with a little bit of maybe like polished andesite in there occasionally, maybe a touch of gravel. I don't want, well, see, the risk I run of adding more detail into the flooring is that it looks identical to the walls. So that could be a problem. What can I do instead? I know. What we'll do is we'll make it actually like a mix of matted down dirt and stone and the occasional other details of stone in there. That way, the dirt especially will make it look significantly different than the rest of the build. So let's just take out the parts that are actually part of the floor here, and then we'll carve all this out and replace the flooring. There we go. Got the floor in. Looks different enough from the walls to at least be able to differentiate between them. However, there is something noticeably wrong here. If you guys are watching on YouTube, it's probably easier to see actually than what it is for me, but it is a little dark in here, isn't it? And that's not gonna fly, especially once the mobs start showing up and start blowing up things. So let's let's grab some of this light gray concrete here, or light gray carpet, sorry, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna sprinkle this into here enough so that this lights it up enough. Get one right there. And probably one right here, and let's see how this looks. Actually, that's not gonna be a good spot to put one, because you're gonna see that with the, no, not next to either. Where can I put these things? I gotta actually move these things. Actually, is the real issue. Okay, and then we're gonna slap down these glowstone pieces in here, and that should light things up pretty good. And then we'll have to fill in the sides of this with just regular stone. Ooh, that's not gonna help. Regular stone. Then we'll find a place to put some of these grass blocks that I removed in here, just to kind of keep this looking rather interesting. Someplace where they can fit, because if I put them next to it here, see how the glass block has that little 1 pixel lip right there? Like, it exposes. You'll see the glowstone if I keep them next to it, and that's my issue. And so I can't really place a grass block, or path block, sorry, next to the glowstone without it being visible. So I got to get a little creative. That should work, and then you just boom, cover that up. Cover that up. It is still visible. Now we have a 1 pixel sticking up, but it looks at least the same color. It's not as jarring, and it kind of works. It lights this place up enough to keep the creepers from, spawning in here and exploding, I think. Hopefully. All right, so I think that's basically it for this. We do have to get up there and add those benches, though. And the benches, the seats, the chairs, the table. Let me go whip up some of that stuff quick, because I'm clearly out of it in my squid backpack. Okay, made up a few benches here. I got 21 of them. Now we're gonna use them actually as just chairs here. So we're going to probably slap down something like right here as a table, and then we'll plop down a couple of chairs next to it like that, and that'll give people a little resting area. Now I actually do have room for one more of these things. Can I whip up one more real fast? Alright, just like this right here. Bam, and bam. So there's enough room for a couple of tables up here, just for people to sit, relax, and maybe if they're walking around with some goods in their hands, they can set them down and just kind of relax. Let's just say they bought a plushie from over there at that stall, and then they're getting tired of carrying that like quarter-pound piece of fabric and beanbag stuff, and they're like, I need to set that down someplace. They can always pop a seat here and just set it down on this table. I think that's enough for up here, though. This is a little dark up here, though, so I do kind of need to add some kind of light source. And what I could do, an easy way to do this, is actually to grab one of these wall lamps and just kind of slap it down like right over here. I mean, that absolutely works. Maybe put another one over on this wall. Yeah, that works. Totally works. Yeah, all right. And then one final detail that I want to do on the inside here, because this is basically done. This is basically all I want to do for this, except for right down here, this is a little bland. And now this is the main viewing area. People are going to be coming in here to see the birds. So there's going to be probably a clutter of people in here. However, this is still very bland. I want to jazz this up just a wee bit. And to do that, I think I want to put down like some artifacts that make it look kind of like this is like a mining area, similar to what I've done in other exhibits where I put down like chiseled oak blocks to make them look like crates and stuff piled up on the side here. Maybe a chest or something in here too. Make it kind of look like it's part of the mining colony. Okay, I think something kind of like that. It's very simple. Like I said, just some rails slapped down just for aesthetics, and the crates, well, just wooden planks actually, oak wood planks, but they're chiseled to look like crates. And then a crafting table here and there, and voila, you got yourself like a little mining area. Actually, one little cool detail I might add back here, just because this is kind of tucked under the stairs, is I might throw like a cobweb right there. Make that look kind of like it's needs to be cleaned out. Actually, hasn't been in a while. I think that's it. I think the aviary, at least the main building of the aviary, is for the most part done. Obviously, there's still work to be done out here, but I think that's pretty much it. What do you guys think? Does that look pretty good? I'm thinking that looks all right. I'm thinking that's all I'm going to do. All right, yeah, I think that's it for the aviary part 1. Now, remember, I need a couple of names. I need a name for a cockatoo, and I need a name for a toucan. But I think I'm going to wrap this episode up here, though, because I did everything I wanted to do today. And also, I got to go check on the kids again. So it's been a very busy week at home for me. I'm trying to get these episodes out for you guys if I can squeeze them in. Hopefully, I don't miss an episode. I'm trying, people. But all right, if you guys did enjoy this episode, please go down and smash that like button. It would really help me out a lot. And thank you guys so much for donating your eyeballs and ear holes to this episode. I will be back next week, provided that I can squeeze in the time with the kids. Ooh, it's tough. It's tough having 3 kids. I have 3 kids, in case you guys didn't know. I have 3 sons. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I'll make it. I'll see you guys next week. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.